Hey everybody, He Said, She Said, episode 8. So it's Whit and Jay here. We are here just to share in a very fun way relationship building, health strategies, ideas that come right from us, things that we've done, we've lived through, or we've gotten challenged on. So we've been married for 15 years and we've been in practice together as chiropractors for 18 years. We're co-owners of the Wellness Connection. We have a large family. We have 4 kids, a dog, a horse. We have hobbies. We love fitness. And in all of this, we are trying to have a great marriage. And so lots of things that we've worked on, over the past 15 years, especially the past 5 to 7. So with that, we bring you He Said, She Said. It's a fun, impromptu way for us to ask each other a question in and around the area of health or relationships. So today I'm asking the question, putting Jay in the hot seat. And I love this question. I'm excited about it because I think so many of you will identify with it. So it is in the area of finances, money. So I have read, and maybe you have, that is a hot topic for couples. Like that's one of the, I don't know if it's number 1 or number 2 areas that couples tend to have arguments around, right?
100%. That was absolutely something for years. And if we're being honest, we still have challenges that we work through.
Absolutely.
For many, many years it was a huge source of emotional tension. Usually once a week when I'd go to do the bills.
Yes. Lovely Sunday.
Yeah.
Sundays are so much better now. But anyway, and yes, there are still arguments around this. So observing from us, other couples, just reading about it. Okay, so my question is, what one thing do you feel like we did together in the area of finances that has helped put us on the same page together or helped us have less fights about money and finances?
Okay, undoubtedly it was actually creating a flow sheet, a spreadsheet on, an actual spreadsheet of what our actual cash flow out and our cash flow in was. When it's black and white, there's no story. This is what's coming into the house and this is what presently is going out of the house. And if you or me or the kids want something, then that costs money. We have to recognize that it's taking away from one of these other buckets. So what are we going to give up in order for us to get that? Because it's not magically coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
I think that, and then when we did that and you and I had that conversation, it wasn't like, oh, I'm just trying to not let you spend money. It was,
true. I felt that way.
Right. It was like, no, Lily, this is what's coming in. This is what we're trying to save for our retirement. This is what we're trying to do for today. And this is what our kids' needs are. And here's what we get to play with. So that was... Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, and seriously.
So what about you?
He put that together. So mine drafts off of that. And mine was, we learned something, actually Jay learned it and brought it to me years ago in a retreat. And it was called your needs, wants, and likes list. So that for me took
actually explain what that is.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
That took my emotion around, this is valuable to me. This is what I want to spend money on, kids' clothes and trips and redecorating and blah, blah, blah. And it took it into, okay, we're different people. We have different values on what we want to spend money on. And so I'm going to go through this really short. So needs, wants, and likes. So we each created our own. Needs are, what does it take to survive? We need food, we need shelter, and transportation is important. So what kind of transportation or what kind of cars, that can fall into another category, but food, shelter, transportation. We could agree on that. That was a definite need. Now, wants cross the line because then it's, well, what kind of car do you want, right? Do I have a car that's getting ready to break down? So now I want a new one. Is it a remodel in the house because things are breaking down? That wants list is something that it's not a need, but it's butting right up to it, where usually, if I could put this into really simple terms, I would say a revamp, something newer of a version you have because it would maybe suit your life better. Likes really falls into that area of, I like new clothes, I like a new couch, I like a new, you name it, anything that suits my hobbies, or I like things for the kids. I like this club sports team versus this club sports team. So likes really fall into that. This is just my wish list, my preferences. So once we could get those categories, we could come together and communicate and say, okay, this is on my list, this is on yours. Now, what's a priority, or how do we make this happen with patience and over time? So,
well, the other thing too is
I think a better way to describe.
No, I think that was good. I just think there's a little more depth as well to that. Like, needs are non-negotiable, right? So it's not necessarily like it's just like a need, like I got to get to work. Need, it can also be, meaning like I got to get to work, so I need a car. But needs are, there's a need for me personally from a financial standpoint, which is I'm never going to live outside of my budget. Like, that's a need. Like, that's a non-negotiable for me and in our family. And so when that becomes apparent, then all of a sudden she understands where that's a non-negotiable for me. A want is maybe not non-negotiable. I got some wiggle room on it, but I feel very, very strongly about it. In likes, like you said, like from an emotional standpoint, it's just something that's really cool. But honestly, at the end of the day, if I didn't have it, I'm going to be just fine. So again, like, needs, non-negotiable. Wants are something I feel very emotionally charged around. It's not non-negotiable. I can live without it, but I really, really, really would do better with it in my life. And a like is just some of the things that are just our spoiled nature, things that we just really like. Yeah. That honestly, if we don't have, we'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that we've been doing this so long that when we come to a conversation, it's almost like automatically we know what category it falls into, and sometimes we have to clarify.
Yeah.
But we're understanding, like, oh, I know that's on his needs, I know that's on his wants, his likes, and we can prioritize. So hope that helps you guys. Just again, 2 quick, easy ways that we have worked on consistently. I think that's the biggest thing, consistency, that we've done now for several years. And so if you are on the same page, great. Ask each other this question, get some insight. And if you're not at all, ask each other, what is the one thing I could do to help get us on the same page financially? And maybe it's a technique you look up. Maybe it's a budget app. I don't know, just something. So ask each other that question so you can use it to better get on the same page, because I can tell you that was a source of a lot of our fighting.
And just real quick on that is when you use something outside of you or your own opinion. So again, if we're talking about a husband-wife couple, I have an opinion. She has an opinion. But if you use something outside of the two of you, like a black and white spreadsheet of what is actually the money coming in and money going out, it's not an opinion, right? So there's no emotion around it. It's just straight facts. And then from that place of facts, no different than testing for your blood or testing for your spine or testing for anything, it's facts. And then you have to say, does this work for us or not work for us? And if it's not working, what do we got to change? So that way it's not emotionally charged, because that was our problem. It was emotionally charged because I was like, I'm right. She's like, I'm right. But then when we finally did the spreadsheet, it was like, oh, crap. We both got to do some changing.
Let's come together on this. Yeah. So again, guys, just sharing insights from all of what we've learned and come together on, and still coming together on it. So what you can do is you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hammett Hustle. That's where we're laying down all of these videos all year long. So subscribe
There'll
to it.
Other bonus videos that we'll do on there as well that we may not put on Facebook.
Exactly. So subscribe, and any questions, shoot them out. We will see you guys next week.
Take care.